Hello everybody, this is Intrepid83 and welcome to Let's Play White Knight Chronicles 1 and 2. And before the game spoils anything for us, let's get off the main menu. White Knight Chronicles 1 and 2, you might ask. What's the deal? That was the title screen for White Knight Chronicles 2. Well, the thing about White Knight Chronicles 2 is that when you buy the game, you get White Knight Chronicles 1 with it. Not only that, but you get a remastered version of it. So yeah, those who have been around my channel for a while know that I LP'd the international version of White Knight Chronicles 1 years ago. And I felt that the difference between, the changes they made between that version of White Knight Chronicles 1 and White Knight Chronicles 2 were significant enough to make me take a look at the remastered version of White Knight Chronicles 1, the version that comes with White Knight Chronicles 2, and seriously consider whether I should LP that game. And yeah, there is enough of a difference between the two that I felt it was worth it to give it another go. The story, that is. There are some significant changes between the two. The most prominent one being that they changed the way that the skill tree system works. They updated the original skill tree system for the White Knight Chronicles 1 International Edition to match that of White Knight Chronicles 2. So that's probably the biggest difference they made. They also, from what I understand, they made things a bit more difficult as well. They tweaked the difficulty. I believe they even sped up the battles as well, and to those that it matters to, they actually tweaked the graphics a bit as well. They added a bit more color to it, so the colors are a bit more vibrant than the international version. So yeah, but to be honest, I was actually kind of a fan of the color scheme of the international version. But to be honest, just the vibrancy of the colors in this version, in the remastered version of the game, doesn't really detract from the experience at all. So yeah, to each their own. That's about it. Anyways, before I go on too much longer, let's get some settings sorted out here. Camera control, let's switch that to inverted. Subtitles are on. Good. Combo camera. I prefer to keep this off. I've had mixed results with the combo camera, so yeah. But there is a trade-off as well with turning it off, so it's like, choose which one you like the most. Camera work's usually the issue with me when it comes to this, but you'll see what I mean. You'll see what it's like to have it off, and I find that to be a bit more, inviting, or a bit more user-friendly, I guess, than having it on. So that's just my opinion, though. All right, transform sequences. Let's turn those off to save some time. And yeah, we'll be able to see them every so often. Anyways, and target command menu. This one, I was debating on whether turning it on, simply because it does make out of battle menu menu navigation a bit easier, but considering I'm probably going to be controlling each of the characters at some point on their own, keeping this off makes that experience a bit more consistent across the board, across each character. So I'm just going to leave it off. In the case of multiplayer, which these games were most well known for, definitely a situation where I would turn it on, because it does help speed things up in terms of menu navigation, I guess, and you don't have to worry about controlling anybody but your own character. So yeah, I'm going to turn them off for the duration of this LP, unless I can think of any reason why I would want to change that sentimentality. And well, if I want to change it, I'll change it. But for the most part, these settings keep me happy. So yeah. Sound settings, might as well just turn this off, because multiplayer, unfortunately, I think within like 6 months of me purchasing the international version, the servers were taken down. So yeah, And brightness, yeah, don't really need to do anything with that because, well, I usually do that kind of stuff in post, so yeah. Alright, let's get into the game. Yeah, this is White Knight Chronicles 1. The international version was one of those purchases that I made on a whim. Saw it laying in one of those Walmart bargain bins, and I haven't looked back with anything short of fondness on that purchase. So yeah, been very happy with my purchase, and obviously I was happy enough to actually buy it again. Well, but by Night Chronicles 2 anyway. But yeah. Alright, so here we go. This is what you first presented with when you start a new game. You can start a new game, or you can import save data. So yeah, New Game Plus stuff. Anyways. New game, though. Alright, and we also have the option of starting with White Knight Chronicles 2 or White Knight Chronicles 1. White Knight Chronicles 2 starts you off at level 35, and it gives you all the skill points you would have had accumulated up to that point. So, yeah. The only thing you're missing out on is the story part of White Knight Chronicles. Right, whatever you read. Yes or yes. White Knight Chronicles 1. So, yeah. But for the sake of this LP, we're going to be starting from bare bones right at the beginning and going through the whole story in one fell swoop. So let's do this. Yes. Alrighty, and yes. A very in-depth character creator. Alright, let's those who are familiar with my international version playthrough of this game probably knows where I'm going with this. And yeah, let's go female and base template. Interesting thing I've learned about these types of character customizations is that I've usually find myself most happy with the characters I create by choosing a base template that I'm okay with, and then making relatively small tweaks to it, and then just going with that. And also all the while, especially in the case of creating female characters, is that keep in mind you're going to be looking at this character for a long time. We're talking hours and hours and hours of gameplay, so just keep that in mind when you're doing that kind of stuff. And for the most part, I've been relatively happy with most, if not all, of the female, at least even male characters as well, of the characters I've created ever since I've picked up on that. So yeah. In any case, there's some settings I got to change here, so I'll take care of that off screen, and I'll meet you at the end. And we're done. There we go. Lyriel, female, height 5'3", weight 94.8 pounds, and voice number 5. Well, we'll be hearing her voice in combat, so yeah. Let's go.
General, I give you Balandor. Yes, General Dragius. I think tonight's celebration will be one to remember.
Hey, you with the hood. Not so fast.
Huh? You wouldn't be talking to me, would you?
Let's have a look at your face.
Surely you've better things to look upon than the pockmarks and wrinkles of a tired old man, no?
I said take off the hood and show me your face. Good enough. Proceed.
Oh, many thanks. You soldiers are truly a credit to your king.
Hey, you sure? I don't like the looks of him.
I don't know. Any moment now. Prophecies were very specific about where it would begin.
Cisna. Your Grace, how does our young princess fare today? Look at her, Sarvain. She's the picture of her mother. 10 painful years since that day, and still my Cisna speaks not a word. No. Lorraine! Are you certain we should proceed with the ball? Presenting her to the people now might only add to their alarm. Nonsense. None of those attending expect Cisna to speak. Her presence and her composure will suffice. Still, I would give all my riches to see a real smile cross her face again. Lorraine, she would know. She always knew how to make Cisna laugh. Sire, forgive me, but the princess's heartbreaking condition begs the old question. Why in creation are we making peace with the same people who robbed her of her mother? My wife is gone, Sarvain. War has taken her, just as it has taken so many before her. But war will not give her back. The Farians speak our tongue. We ought to trade words with them from now on, not lives. Oh, Cisna, you look radiant. That dress suits you beautifully.
Your Grace,
What is it?
Archduke Dalam of Faria will be arriving shortly.
Good. See that he is given a proper welcome.
Yes, sire. Also, a group calling themselves the Marcus Revelers are outside the gates. They say they wish to perform in honor of Her Highness's special day. Shall I turn them away?
A circus today?
A gift? What day could be more deserving of a little extra celebration?
Very well. Let them into the city then. Yes, sire.
Anything to report?
No, sir. that is quite a procession.
I hope the Archduke has enough pillows. Warmongering Farian scum.
Who are you?
I am Cyrus of Balandor, captain of the Castle Guard. Your Excellency, we are most honored by your visit.
Are you now? Tell me, sir, how is his grace? Is he doing well these days?
He is doing quite well, Your Excellency.
Is he now? That's good to hear. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Does His Grace really hope to make peace with these people?
Peace with the Farians? The idea makes my blood boil. Is the king forgotten so soon?
Damn it, Leonard!
Whoa!
Where the hell have you been? You better not have forgotten what today is.
Yeah, I know. Today is the princess's ball. She's introduced to society and we step into the big time. Got it.
This is a momentous day for Apache Wines. The court picked us to supply wine for a party at the castle. We gotta do it right and earn the shop a bona fide royal commendation. Oh, I worked my fingers to the bone to get this far.
Look, I'll leave for the Parma winery now and I'll be back with time to spare.
Ha, you better. I rented a beast wain at the village for you. Use it to cart the wine back here, like your life depends on it. 'Cause it does.
All right.
And while you're at it, that's the new gal. Take her with you.
Oh. Hi there. I'm Leonard. Ow!
Just get your butts moving. You can talk on the road.
All right, gods. Let's see. We have to fetch the barrels from the Parma warehouse using the beast wain. Boy, that is a lot of work. Well, let's get going.
Alrighty. Pardon me. Consult the in-game help guides in the travelogue for a rundown of the game's controls. And yeah, and these, the logic stones are basically the save points. And you can save it. Save data created with this patch version cannot be loaded without, but yeah, so yeah. Fortunately, I don't think this game received very many patches, which is maybe surprising, but I have not encountered that many bugs with it either, so yeah. And also with the logic stones, you can use items, that kind of stuff, just, yeah. Heal and repair, so you can pay to heal. After a certain period of time, sometimes it'll just heal you automatically without charging you anything. It's just when you want to do it, you know, before that time is up that you'll have to pay for it. Repairs always cost money. Unless you decide not to repair at all and you just dismantle the items and all that kind of stuff. But anyways. And you can, yeah. This requires something that you need to get from the, I believe, the PlayStation Network. So, yeah. In any case, we're at the beginning of the game, so I don't really need to worry about recustomizing right now. Or if I do, then I just start over. But anyways, alright, that travel, yeah, this is the main menu. Hold press triangle, and you can get it like that. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I want to change, check a few settings. We can only check it once we're in here. Font size, let's change that to small. And let's get as much info on the screen as possible. And transparency, what does that do? Yeah, let's leave it like that. I think I had that for the preparation. So position, what's this? Slightly adjusted live log window position. Interior is recommended for non-HD displays. Oh, okay, so font colors. Oh, cool. So you can actually customize what color you want each bit of text to be represented by. So cool. And filters. What's this? Emotes on. Solid text display when any player meets emotes on or off. Alright guys, so yeah, that's some of this stuff is main game, some of the stuff is multiplayer, so yeah. That's probably most definitely for multiplayer. Alright, so that's all I wanted to check. Alright, let's take a look at the travelogue. So yeah, we got quests here. Probably won't be getting into those too much, but we will have to at least get into one, I believe, so at least in White Knight Chronicles 1. So yeah. And yeah, lots of errands. I believe there are a total of 43 of them in the first game. So yeah, we'll be going after all of them. So yeah, I love that they call them errands. They're calling them exactly what they are. Bounty requests, we'll be going after all of those as well. And yeah, or at least as many as we can. Yeah. Alright, and yeah, so here's the help menus. So yeah, all the controls. Usually got multiple pages. Pretty useful stuff. And once we get into combat, there may be some aspects of it that may remind you of a more recent game that was released. And the battle system itself as well. It's a bit more clunky in this game, but that's simply because they implemented a lot of the multiplayer stuff into, you know, the usual control scheme, if you will. So I feel like if they hadn't had to do that, I feel like the battle systems would be really, really similar. To the point one might be wondering is like, alright, so who is first? Well, keep in mind, this game, White Knight Chronicles 2, and I guess technically the remaster of White Knight Chronicles 1, was released in 2011. So yeah, and one specific game I'm thinking of that the battle system in this game may remind you of was a game that was released much more recently, and to the tune of people waiting around 20 years for a remake of it, of the original of it. So yeah, take a wild guess what game I'm referring to. So yeah, anyways, so yeah, a whole bunch of I guess excerpts about different paths I guess you may want to take your characters on. Sword skills, longsword, these are all just job classes, I guess you could say. Aren't really job classes per se, just, I don't know. You'll see when we get into it, but yeah. Divine Magic's basically the white mage. Elemental's black mage. Staff skills. This is more for people who are focused on magic. Bow is definitely... I generally like to keep the bow and divine skill trees linked. So a character, whoever is using a bow, I generally like to give them a lot of divine magic. But for the most part, I'll probably be teaching everybody some amount of white magic. Keep in mind there is... does it say anything here? No. Yeah, Holy Light. There will come a time, it won't be until White Knight Chronicles 2, but we will need at least one person with the Holy Light spell. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're going through the skill trees. So yeah, I've got it worked out to where I think pretty much everybody will have it. But yeah, in any case, so yeah, got sword skills, long sword skills. Yeah, single-handed. Long swords are double-handed. Axes are double-handed. I believe axes. I believe they're capable of. Yeah, they're burst damage dealers. So yeah, I think they've got the slowest attack speeds as well. But yeah, just burst damage. Spear skills. They're basically where you want to go if you want to be the ultimate tank and all that fun stuff. Alright, so I'm not going to go into it too deep. If you want, by all means, go through it. There's definitely some useful information in there. But I'll be using the stuff I'm used to using, and I'll go over those when the time comes. So, yeah. Alright, and yeah. The few voices in this game you might recognize as well. Going back to one particular voice with King Veltos there. Yeah, the name of the king, or the king's voice. That might sound a little familiar to some people as well, so yeah. Yeah, everything else we'll be introduced to, so let's... Sounded like Rapachi was a little flustered.
Can't make the princess wait.
No, I don't think flustered's the right word for it, but it was definitely a bit emotional about the idea of getting this party right, this delivery right, so I guess we better get to work. And start...
Weird.
Making our way to go get the wine. What's going on?
Hey, look.
Ladies and gentlemen, young and old of Balandor, in honor of Her Highness's coming-of-age day, I give you wonders of plenty and sights unlike any. Step right up. The Marcus Revelers have arrived.
I've never seen a circus. This is going to be some party.
And we're presented with the world map, so now we only got one place to go other than right back where we were, so let's head off to Balandor Plain. So yeah, quick travel in this game is a thing, so yeah. That's one thing I really love about this game as well, is just the scenery.
The village of Parma
The
is due south of
environments.
here. Pretty simple.
Especially
There's not much to it, but it's a nice enough place.
places like
Say,
Balandor Plain.
You're new to
just-
Balandor, aren't you? Then why don't I show you the sights along the way? Sound good? Just keep a lookout for monsters. We're in the wild now.
Yeah, you'll see.
Okay, before we head to Parma, we need to make a few preparations. I know, it's a pain. But Rapachi said to go over this stuff with you. So listen up. Press the triangle button to open the main menu, and choose Combat Setup to change your equipment or edit your commands. Commands are the skills you take into combat. You earn skill points whenever you gain a level. Choose Learn Skills from the main menu, and you can spend those points to acquire new skills. You can learn any skills you want, but keep in mind that you can't use them unless you have the right type of weapon equipped. The only exception is magic, which you can use with any weapon. Choose carefully.
And you can watch the tutorial again. Yeah. Verbal tutorials.
Once you've learned skills, you need to install them into command slots. Choose Edit Commands under Combat Setup to get started. Once you've installed commands, you can use them in combat. Anyway, you'll get the hang of it. You've already got some skill points, so why not try it now?
That's one thing about the tutorials in this game. Because especially these ones, the introductory ones, because they're verbal, I find them to be very effective at, learning, how to do things. But I'm out of time here, so I guess I'll take care of the skills that I intend to learn, going over the paths I want to take these I guess Leonard and Lyriel right now, the paths I'll be taking them down, and yeah, then we'll set up our commands and we'll go from there, and yeah, I guess we'll head towards Parma and see if the wine's ready. This is Intrepid83 signing off. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button on your way out. Also, consider hitting subscribe. Hit the dislike button if you disliked it for any reason. And for those who return, we'll see you in the next one. Take care, be blessed. Thank you all so very much for watching, and have a good one.